Good morning, friends. I welcome you all to presentation on worm and worm wheel or worm gears. This is a part of our fourth unit of the subject design of machine elements. At the end of this course, students will come to know about concept of worm and worm gear, nomenclature of worm gear, and they will learn a skill to design worm gear box for various industrial applications. So this is one part of our practical to design a worm gear box, and they will be able to design the worm gear box at the end of this course. Now we'll see the concept of worm and worm wheel. In this case, as they are the power transmitting elements, the worm gear drive consists of driving element called worm. So here we can see this is worm, okay, driving element, and driven element is a gear, tooth gear. Driven element is a tooth gear. The worm, you can see, is on a shaft. The worm is a threaded screw, while the worm wheel is a tooth gear. The most important characteristics of worm gear drives is their high speed reduction. The speed reduction as high as 100:1 can be obtained with the single pair of worm gears. When we go back to our first and second unit, we have studied spur gear, helical gear. There we had the speed reduction of 6:7. That was our gear ratio. So here we can have maximum speed reduction with the help of worm gears. Now here you can see this is the axis of tooth gear, worm wheel, and this is the axis of thread shaft. So these both the axes are neither parallel nor intersecting, but they are perpendicular to each other. So worm gears are used for transmitting power between two non-parallel, non-intersecting shafts which are perpendicular to each other. As we go back to spur, helical or bevel, in that case spur and helical gears are having parallel axes and bevel gear is having intersecting axes. Now with the help of this configuration we can have a compact gearbox for the high speed reduction. If you go for that amount of speed reduction in spur and helical gear, you need a number of stages, 2 stage, 3 stage, 4 stage gearboxes, and that's why these gearboxes are used in automobile steering mechanisms, rolling mills, elevators, gate control mechanism, hoisting machines, lifts and conveyors. These are used for very high velocity ratio and operation is silent with the high velocity ratio. In the worm gear drive, power is always transmitted from worm to worm wheel. Power cannot be transmitted from worm wheel to worm. Other way around is not possible. This phenomenon is called self-locking. It is used highly in many applications like your lift or cranes where you are lifting a high load or huge load. Gearbox designed using a worm and worm wheel is considerably smaller than one made for plain spur gears and as its drive axis at 90 degrees to each other. Worm gear drives are used to transmit power between two non-intersecting shafts which are in general at right angles to each other. Velocity ratio in worm gear drive is determined by the number of teeth on worm gear and the number of starts on worm. Number of starts is the number of thread helixes cut around the cylindrical body of worm along the length of worm. Here you can see this is a worm and where you are having shaft where the threads are cut. This may be acme thread or trapezoidal threads. Now you are studying design of machine elements. First you are having single start thread, double start, triple start. So starts will play major role in your gear reduction or gear ratio. So with single start you will be having very high gear ratio. When you are having double starts, the gear ratio will decrease. With 3 start, 4 starts, again it will decrease. So this number of starts are very important in case of worm gear drives. Advantages of worm drives. The most important advantage is that they are self-locking. They will be, as they are self-locking, they will be used in cranes and lifting devices. Wormgear drives operate silently and smoothly than other drives. They occupy less space, so they are compact gear drives, and they have good meshing effectiveness. Meshing between the threaded screw and tooth is very good. That means the tooths are embedding the threads. They have good meshing effectiveness due to that. They can be used for reducing speed and increasing torque. High velocity ratio of order of 100 can be obtained in a single step.